Welcome to Totha News, your source for deep political insight, sharp analysis, and the stories shaping Kenya's road to the 2027 general election. Today, we bring you a special report on the turmoil inside ODM, Kalonzo Musyoka's coalition strategy, and Martha Karua's rising moral influence in a rapidly shifting political landscape. Kenya is entering a defining moment. With Raila Odinga stepping back from active politics, a new power vacuum has opened, triggering fresh ambitions, ideological realignments, and an increasingly assertive youth vote ready to reshape the nation's future. And nowhere is this transformation clearer than inside the opposition, where competing power centers are now openly vying for control. We begin with the firebrand at the center of it all, Babu Owino. At ODM's 20th anniversary celebration on November 15, 2025, a moment meant to honor 2 decades of the Raila Odinga legacy suddenly turned into political drama. Embakasi East MP Babu Owino took the stage and delivered one of the most explosive speeches of the year, expressing his frustration with what he called growing marginalization under the new ODM party leader, Oburu Odinga. "My voice cannot be ignored in a party I have fought for," he declared. For the first time, signaling he may contest ODM's top seat, the tension didn't stop there. Behind the scenes, disagreements over youth representation and exclusion from key negotiations, including covert ODM-UDA engagements, exposed a widening generational rift. The elder members want continuity, but the youth see Babu Owino as the face of ODM's next chapter. Analysts say this is no longer about positions, but about ODM's soul, identity, and future direction. While ODM navigates internal turbulence, another figure is rising steadily, Kalonzo Musyoka. Throughout 2025, Kalonzo has quietly repositioned himself, touring critical regions, including Bondo, a symbolic Odinga stronghold, where he received surprising warmth and political endorsement. Governor Wavinya Nditi even urged Raila's supporters to rally behind him as the natural successor of the opposition movement. But Kalonzo's plan runs deeper. He is crafting a grand coalition that crosses ethnic, generational, and party divides. And when he publicly invited Babu Owino to join Wiper if ODM becomes untenable, the entire political class took notice. Many analysts now see Kalonzo as the anchor of a multi-party opposition coalition capable of challenging Kenya Kwanza in 2027, but no discussion of Kenya's political future is complete without one of its most consistent and principled voices, Martha Karua. In 2025, Karua emerged as the moral counterweight in an increasingly aggressive political climate. She has repeatedly condemned President Ruto's demeaning language toward opponents, warning that it corrodes democratic values. Her insistence on ethical leadership, peaceful transitions, and constitutional accountability is resonating strongly with urban and middle-class voters. Power must be exercised with respect. Without values, democracy loses its meaning, she reminds the nation. As coalition talks intensify, many see Karua as a potential kingmaker, or even a running mate, in any credible opposition formation. Beyond ODM and Wiper, the wider opposition landscape is becoming crowded with ambition. Rigathi Gachagua's DCP is tapping into economic frustrations in empty Kenya. Eugene Wamalwa's DAPK is positioning itself as the reformist voice. Jubilee under Uhuru Kenyatta maintains quiet but strategic influence. And Karua with Justin Muturi's PLP is pushing governance reforms and institutional accountability. Behind closed doors, strategists are modeling 2027 ticket combinations: Kalonzo Wamalwa, Kalonzo Karua, Meshianji Kalonzo, each designed to balance regional strength with technocratic credibility. But the force no politician can ignore is Gen Z. With around 10 million young voters expected in 2027, this demographic will shape the country's future more than any other. Some opposition strategists are proposing youth-led ministries, digital-first governance, and even reserving senior government roles like Prime Minister or Deputy PM for the youth. And right now, Babu Owino remains one of the most influential voices for this generation, even as his political home remains uncertain. Whoever wins Gen Z wins 2027. And then came one of the year's biggest political shocks, President William Ruto arriving, shoulder to shoulder with former President Uhuru Kenyatta. At ODM's 20th anniversary, the symbolism was electric. Analysts are still debating Whether this signals a political thaw or a pre-election realignment or a strategic move to destabilize the opposition ahead of 2027, whatever it means, it injects a new level of unpredictability into an already volatile landscape. As Kenya marches toward 2027, one question now defines the opposition's future: will they unite or fracture? ODM must resolve its generational conflict, Kalonzo must consolidate a broad, credible coalition, Karua must continue anchoring ethical leadership, minor parties must align strategically, and Gen Z will, without question, shape the national agenda. This moment marks more than a political transition, it is the rewriting of Kenya's political future. With old alliances collapsing and new ones forming in real time, for Totha News, I'm your host, bringing you the stories behind the power, the strategy, and the future of the nation. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay ahead.